Now we need to derive the demand curve for the utility function u equals to x plus y. This is the utility function u is equal to x plus y, and you know this that well, this is the case of perfect substitutes. This is the case of perfect substitutes, and we need to derive the utility function for this. Okay, now assume this that price vector is P1, P2. Okay, income of the consumer is M. So what is the budget line? Budget line is P1x plus P2y equals to M. This is the budget line of the consumer. Well, and of course your utility function is u is equal to x plus y, and the budget line is P1x plus P2y equals to M. Note that in this case the substitution ratio, okay, the substitution ratio is 1:1 in this case. Okay, so it means that 1 unit of x will be substituted for 1 unit of y, because u is equal to 1 into x plus 1 into y is there. Okay, so the MRS in this case is 1, okay, minus 1. Now just see how this would be done. Okay, now cases, there will be several cases here. First case is when P1 is less than P2. Okay, so when P1 is less than P2 and P1, P2 are respectively the prices of X and Y, so which one is a cheaper commodity? X is a cheaper commodity or a good. X is a cheaper good. So consumer will buy all of X. Okay, because why will you buy all of X? See, well, in case if you think like a consumer, suppose if two goods are given to you and two goods and one of the good has a lower price, so do you generally buy all of the good? No. But in this case, when the two goods are completely substitutable in the ratio 1:1 and one of the price is less than the other price, then you will go towards the towards cheaper commodity completely, because you would say that fine, I mean this only X is going to give me the entire utility. Okay, so you will buy, consumer will buy only X. He will buy only X and none Y. He won't buy anything. So in this case, what is the budget line? P1x plus, generally you have P2y, but in this case there is no by y which is bought, hence it is equal to 0. So X is equal to M by P1 and Y is equal to 0. Clear? Now next case is when P1 is greater than P2. Okay, then similarly Y is a cheaper good. So which one is a cheaper good? Y is a cheaper good. Okay, and consumer will buy only Y. Okay, and not X. Clear? So in this case, what is the budget line? P1 into 0, because he is not buying anything of X, plus P2y is equal to M. So Y is equal to M by P2. Clear? Now The last case is, there could be the case when P1 is equal to P2. Now, consumer is indifferent because both the prices are equal. So, consumer is indifferent between X and Y. Okay. He can buy any convex combination of X and Y. Clear? So he can actually consume all of X or all of Y or some combination of X and Y. You getting the point? So actually what he can do is that he can buy any amount of X between 0x, it means that is the minimum X, okay, and M by P1 of X, which is the maximum X. You getting the point? So he can buy any amount between 0 to M by P1 of X. Okay, so the demand curve for X is 0 to M by P1. Okay, remember this 2. So he can buy something in between also. You getting the point? You getting the point? That is, he can buy any amount of X between 0 and M by P1. Okay, any amount between this. So he can buy none of X. In that case, he is buying all of Y, and none of X means 0 of X. He can buy all of X also. In that case, he is not buying anything of Y. So that is M by P1 of X. Now, he can also buy, he can buy any amount of Y between 0 Y, which is the minimum Y. Okay. And M by P2 of Y, which is the maximum Y. You're getting the point? So you have, what is the demand function for Y? 0 to M by P2. Okay, and remember this 2 because you can buy anything between 0 to M by P2. So we have done all the cases. We have done the case where P1 is less than P2, where P1 is greater than P2, and where P1 is equal to P2. So these are the three cases which exhaust the formation of the demand curve for X and Y. And remember this, that all of these demand curves, your X is equal to M by P1, Y is equal to M by P2, and all of these, okay. Now, all of these are also called, what is known as Marshallian demand function, okay, or simply a demand curve, because Marshallian demand function, they are the function of income and prices. You can see this, income and prices, all of their income and prices. So these are also called the Marshallian demand function. So in case the question is asking that derive the Marshallian demand curve or derive the demand curve, it means the same thing. Okay. In other recording, we'll be talking about how do you actually draw this demand curve. Okay. Here we have derived the demand curve. Thanks.